Hello, everyone. My name is Darius, and you just entered my world. That makes you insane. God damn, it's been a while since I did one of these movie reviews. It's almost like I enjoy doing movie reviews. Yeah, I'm sorry for that fucking delay. It's just I just wasn't really in the mood just to do videos and stuff like that. But but here we are. We're gonna talk about Captain Marvel, the first female Marvel movie to ever be released, which I guess under the MCU because there was Elektra. Like, it's just she's not really a superhero, but you know what? I'm just getting off topic here. But before we start, I would like to make a clarification. I am not a misogynist. I'm not one of those people who think, oh yeah, women can't do this, and women can't do that. Just on the contrary, it's just I fully respect women. I honestly think that they can do things that a man can't do sometimes, and honestly, I think that they can do just as much as a man. So yeah, man, before we start, I just want to make that clear. But Captain Marvel, honestly, and this is honestly, and I'm not joking here, is one of the weakest Marvel films that I've seen in a long time. And I just wanted to make another clarification. I'm not one of the people who think, oh yeah, the whole MCU is good, it's great. It's no, it's it's just I'm not saying that I enjoy all of their movies, but I do enjoy a good chunk, I guess. Because the first Iron Man, it was pretty good, and it got stuff established. The Incredible Hulk, it's just it kind of just loses its wow factor after a while, and it doesn't go anywhere. But that was mostly because of some behind the scenes issue with Edward Norton and Marvel Studios at the time. Captain America, it was a fun adventure. It's not really much of an action movie until the last thirds of the movie, really. So it's a fun adventure, and Thor was just plain okay. It's just it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just plain okay for me. And even Age of Ultron was okay in some regards. I don't to this day I still don't understand why they killed off Quicksilver. That just fucks with me for some fucking reason, because I'm this nigga has super speed though. But then you have but then years later we have Captain Marvel, and and people have been trying to hype this up, but I tried, and and it wasn't bad, but I expected a lot more. Because one of the things I do like about the MCU is that they take characters that people don't know or don't really care about and breathe new life into them, and they're going to continue making unknown superhero movies, which I like, and I'm up for. Just we need to just string away from the making all these fucking Spider-Man movies, even though I do love Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2. It's just it's just we just need to stop doing all these fucking movies at the same goddamn time. But yeah, one of the things that some people just didn't really know is that I didn't like Captain America or Thor at the time. I think it was mostly their costumes. That was it. But until I saw their movies, it's just I started to like these characters. I thought the Ant-Man was pretty fucking lame. Didn't know nothing about Guardians of the Galaxy nor Doctor Strange. But like I said, as soon as I watched these films, I became interested and hooked. It says Ant-Man was a good fun movie. Doctor Strange was also good and very enlightening, and Guardians of the Galaxy was action packed and had all types of great comedies. I think one of my problems with Captain Marvel is that she has no real character. It's she has like she has a trait of a character. It's like like she can be cocky and kind of arrogant like sometimes. That's not really a character. Like that's just something I don't know. Like that's just not really a character. And and like throughout the movie, like she's being told like it's just you have to hide your emotions like and suppress like your energy or some shit, and it's just like she's not really much of like an emotional person. I mean, and I have not seen the actress who plays Captain Marvel's work. That goes being said. Like I did not see any other person's work before seeing like their Marvel movie, except maybe like maybe Chris Evans, because that was only because he was in the Fantastic Four movie at the time. Yeah, like I was not aware of Robert Downey Jr. at the time. Chris Hemsworth, fucking Tom Holland. Yeah, like just I wasn't aware of any of these people, but they still delivered in what they were given. There was like 5 writers for Captain Marvel, and it really does like feel like it because like the first half of the movie is kind of slow, it's dull, and everybody is fucking trying. Like even Samuel L. Jackson could not really save the movie, and and like there were like some stuff like that made me like laugh a little bit, like but okay, like, and this is like a non-spoiler thing. Like, when you okay, like, so it says something does happen, like the Nick Fury's eye, but uh, if you were expecting like something like traumatic or something like where it's like, oh wow, like like he lost his eye, it's like, you know what, like fuck it, I'll say it, like but spoiler alert. Okay, like there's like this cat alien creature named Goat, and throughout like the film, like he's kind of friendly, and just out of nowhere just swipes at Nick Fury, blinding his other eye. It's like what the fuck? And then like it's just when like you find out it's not a normal cat, because like because you can kind of like put 2 and 2 like together, because this movie is very like predictable. I knew exactly what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, and how it was going to end. Now, like, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, like I'm like the film guru, like like no, I mean, like it's just like it's just it's just something that I've seen before. Now, I don't mind people reusing like the same type of plot elements, but how can you make it different than the other film? So like, just what can you do differently that other motherfuckers have done? That's basically like just what I'm looking for. So it's like this cat alien thing, and like just when they find out it's not like a normal cat, like it's this alien thing that has like tentacles in like his mouth and fucking devours enemies and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like when like they're about to use like the cat again, the cat doesn't do shit. Like, it's like, what the fuck? It's like you were doing all like these tentacles sucking people into like your mouth and shit like that, and then just stops. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, cause there was like no real consistency for like certain types of scenes. I mean, like cause like the film takes place in like the 90s, obviously, like cause like you have references of like blockbuster videos, which, yeah, thanks Marvel for making me miss blockbusters even more. Then like they have like an old fucking Windows computer and shit, and they're just waiting for like this thing to load up, and like Captain Marvel was like, what's it doing? Because like because even though that like she's human, she's actually from like she actually like was taken to like a different planet, like and like her memory was, well, it's like she basically has amnesia, which is already a fucking cliche in like its path, really. And I know like I'm just sidestepping right now, but it's just they already shown the audience what happened to Carol, so the audience are like 10 steps ahead of her, and we're just trying to and we're just waiting for her just to reveal what we already know. So it's like when like she already like knows who the fuck she is. It's not really a big reveal. It's just something that like we're all like sit in the theater like we know, like, you know, because I saw this in theaters. It was like a full audience. There wasn't really much as laughing or much as like woo or the type of like, you know, like type of, you know, like crowd cheering and shit like that. Like, you know, because I can recall that from Infinity War, man. Like, since I've seen Infinity War 3 times, all of them had like just full fucking theaters and shit. Like, you know, everybody is like, woo, yeah. They be gasping like just when like they know like Spider-Man died. And I'm like, fucking hell, man. Just I love like that shit, man. Love going to like the movies where like, you know, there's like a crowd and like they get like pumped up and shit. Like, you know, that shit like is cool. But yeah, like, you know, it's like very predictable. Very predictable. I knew exactly how it was gonna end, how it was gonna yeah, like, you know, it's just I mean, like, yeah, like, you know, but like I was going back to like a topic, like, you know, it shows that it was in like the 90s, and honestly it feels like an actual 90s movie, like, you know, a movie that was actually made in like the 90s, because that was kind of like the downfall of superhero movies at the time. Shit, like you have very lackluster writing, like, you know, very underwhelming action scenes, because it doesn't necessarily pick up until like, I mean, goes all action oriented until like the last third of like the movie. And some people is going to figure out that, like, you know, oh yeah, like, you know, it's just, I say like the people who have seen like the first Avengers movie and Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they're gonna understand what's being referenced directly into like the movie, because like, you know, because obviously like this takes place, man, before the whole Thanos thing. This takes place, man, before all of like the shit, including Iron Man and shit like that. So this was basically, this explained how the Tesseract got to Earth in like the first Avengers movie. And like, you know, I really wanted to like this movie. I mean, like, you know, I really did. But, like, you know, and it's difficult just to recommend to people, because I don't know. I mean, like, you know, because if I wasn't really like feeling nothing, because if I wasn't feeling for this character, how can I, you know, just explain to someone else? Because when I seen Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther, I felt as though I understood like these characters now. Like, you know, so I didn't really have to read like the source material in order just to figure it out. It's just with Captain Marvel, it's just I felt as though I didn't really gain much from her. Now I'm expecting people just not like my, like, you know, review of it, or like anything I have to say about it. But as far as it's not a bad movie. Like, you know, it's not like the worst Marvel film of all time. No, like, no, it's not. It's just simply, it's okay. I mean, like, just me. Just me personally. I just wish that it was a lot more. Like, you know, because, and so far it's the weakest MCU entry like within like 2019. So I'm sorry. I mean, like, the film is gonna do good at the box office regardless. I mean, like, you know, it's just, I think like the only like disappointing box office like with Thor like the Dark World, because even like the Best Man Holiday actually beat that shit. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a black fucking comedy, and where like they going out remember like the holidays and shit like that. So yeah, a black a black people comedy beat out fucking Marvel movie. No. I'm not trying to say like, oh yeah, like black people like they can't beat Marvel or anything. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just like, I don't know, it's a little funny to me. But yeah, I was like, you know, that's basically Captain Marvel as a whole. I mean, like, and like they even show like just random clips of like her past, like, showed that like she doesn't back down because we all knew what this was. I mean, like, it's just she doesn't back down. It's like, it's like says Carol Danvers always gets back up. It's an inspiration to women towards everywhere, and it's like I'm just like I'm curious. Like, can't we just have like a female lead movie where it's not trying to be inspirational? Like, cause I'm just noticing that. I mean, like I have nothing against it. I'm just saying it's just a little just noticeable. Like they been doing that. Like, man, with Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and it's just like. It's like, it's like an inspiration to like us all. It's like, sure, I guess. I mean, something. I should probably like shut the fuck up about that because there should be like some good role models like out there, because who the fuck do kids have to look up now? It's like fucking Nicki Minaj, fucking Kim Kardashian. I don't fucking think so. I won't let that shit happen. But enough of my rambling. This was my review of Captain Marvel. I'm sorry if it was a little bit unorthodox, but hey, it'll be just like the movie. I'm sorry. But yeah, like that's basically my thoughts on Captain Marvel. If you like this video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, once you enter my world, you'll never be the same ever again. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.